knee and the way that situation was handled?
It was handled fucking horribly. First of all, the fight should have been over. You can't have a guy get concussed. And then, I mean, that kid was out. You know what I mean? Give him 5 minutes to come back in and, that's ridiculous. Handled very badly. And it should have been over. And it should have been a disqualification. That's the way it should have gone down. The ref made a mistake.
Yeah, completely
but,
agree there.
I don't want to feel like I'm taking shots at the, we don't do a lot of fights here, you know what I mean? We only do, when's the last time we were in Florida? So a lot of these guys don't have the big fight experience. So what are you going to do?
And real quick, too, we got a new executive director in Nevada, actually. Have you had a chance to meet him?
I haven't. I will next week.
Yeah?
Yep.
Does it concern you at all? He's known as more of a boxing guy, that he doesn't really know the mixed martial arts game yet. Does that bother you at all?
Not really. He doesn't have to really know. He'll learn it. The guy's going to get in there and do his homework. I'm sure he'll learn MMA. And I don't know. I'm excited for change. So we'll see what happens.
Hey Dana, there was some rumors going around that Carmouche had injured herself in her training. She may be, and there might have been somebody like in an understudy role just in case she wasn't able to go. Was that
not that I'm aware of?
Legit? Okay.
No, not that I'm aware of. That's not true.
Dana, what was it about Orlando that took so long for you guys to come?
I was terrified of Florida. I'm not shy about it. I said it last time I left Florida, and I told you Shaq has been all over me to do this for a long time, and he was right.
Could we see you come back here within a year, more than a year? Do you have an estimated timetable?
No, I don't know. But if you look at how successful Seattle was, we went back to Seattle a lot.
Did you see Khabib's fight, and do you think that he's close to the title shot now?
Who?
Khabib.
Did I see it? I saw bits and pieces of it. I didn't see that whole fight. Yeah. No, the kid's good. He's awesome.
This week, do you think that he's closer to the title shot?
I don't know. We'll see.
Dana, you saw the Gina Carano thing. I know it's not a done deal, but you've seen some of the blowback from the other female fighters. Misha spoke out. A lot of people kind of spoke out about her coming in and getting a title shot on day one. Do you think that's actually a good thing? They're kind of fired up, or do you think that she does deserve it? She does deserve Ronda on day one.
I do think she does. She's legit. Everybody knows she's legit. And when I met with her, if some of these people said half the shit to me that she said to me when we met, I love it. I love what she had to say, and I'm excited. I hope we get a deal done with her.
Would that be a situation where you'd have to?
What could Misha bitch about? Misha got a title shot against Ronda again because Kat got hurt. She's been pretty lucky.
Would that be a situation where if you sign her, you have to give her a lot of time to come back, right? She hasn't trained full time.
I'm telling you, wait till you guys hear what this girl has to say. We get this done. It's awesome. I love it.
What made you say that she could make 135 soon? That was like...
She's absolutely 100% positive she can make 135. She said, let me tell you what, my life is a lot different now than it used to be when I was in my 20s. She said, do you realize the whole time I fought, I never had a real training camp? So I trained with people here and there and went around. It's almost like talking to like Chuck Liddell back in the old days, how they used to train. She didn't have a real camp. It was very disorganized. Women's MMA wasn't anywhere near what it is today. You know what I mean? Completely different world.
Did you also
it is fucking fascinating talking to her. It's fascinating. And I don't ever use this word ever. I don't think I've ever used it in my life. One of the most charming human beings that I've ever met. Seriously, I'm not talking hot and beautiful. I'm talking charming. She's one of the most charming human beings I've ever met. And when you sit down and listen to what she has to say about fighting, it's pretty awesome. Man.
Did you ever really talk to her before?
No.
She was
I saw her at a fight one time and said hi to her. That's it. I never talked to her.
Dana, have you talked to her since that meeting?
Yeah. Text. We've texted, not talked.
What's the next step? Like, what needs to happen to make?
Got to get a deal done.
What about? Are you working with her management team, or and are they receptive? Like, do you feel like you're close, or do you feel like you're?
I feel like it's going to happen, but we'll see. Crazier shit has happened.
Do you have to wait till the old contract expires?
No.
It'll just be a new deal.
Yeah. She ain't going to fight under the Strikeforce deal. You know what I mean?
What about getting her to a fight? Like, does she show up in person and see that July 5th fight?
To a fight?
Does she have any interest in attending the UFC?
I don't know. Probably. I'm sure she does. Yeah. Trust me, if this thing gets done, you guys will all have the opportunity to talk to her. And I think you're going to be impressed and blown away.
To beat them up first of all and get into the rankings?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. Everybody asked me, would I give her a fight with Ronda? Yeah, I would. Ronda wants it really bad. Ronda loves Gina Carano. Has tons of respect for her.
Dana,
What would be the
Dana.
timetable?
Sorry, Dana, it'd be safe to say that Miesha Tate helps a lot of these sequels here. She's a lot of fans here. Ronda Rousey, you said, is basically like the Chuck Liddell today. What does it say about your sport that women have come up through the ranks and that you've been so supportive of?
The women's side of this business is bigger than I ever thought it could be. I'm blown away by how big it is. I mean, and how fast it got that way. Yeah, it's amazing.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because the girls are legit. They're actually really talented. They can fight, and they put on fun, exciting fights. And there's some good female personalities in the women's division, and more coming. This 115-pound division that we're bringing in, all these girls are very interesting. Yeah.
Dana, with the Cyborg having expressed the desire to drop to 135, have you changed your stance on Cyborg as far as her joining?
I thought Cyborg would die if she went to 135. That's what they said. Come on.
Now, Dana,
The funny thing about the Cyborg thing, when you media guys ask me about it, every friggin' time we do one of these things, you start talking about drugs, but everybody wants to talk about Cyborg. All of you guys think that she should, get a shot and come into the 135-pound division. But every single scrum, we talk about drugs.
Speaking of drugs, no, I'm just kidding.
It goes well with Gina. Is there any kind of timetable on when you would like before the end of the year or next year for that possible fight?
Yeah, we got to get a deal done with her. So.
What's the timetable for Purdue against Velasquez? Because I know Payne's coming back.
As long as he's healthy, we're thinking, in the fall.
now, Dana, with Barao and Dillashaw fighting soon, people are going to start talking about Dominic Cruz again. Does he get an immediate title shot? Does he not? What's he do? When's he coming back?
I literally have heard nothing from Dominic Cruz, I don't know what's going on with him. And I don't think after this much of a layoff, it would be right to throw him in there for that fight, unless he wants it. He was the champ before all this stuff happened to him, and if he wanted to come right back and fight him, then yeah, I'd do it. But Barao's one of those guys, man. I just think Barao is so nasty. I'd fight somebody else. If it was me personally,
So is Aldo going up or to 155 or not?
I don't know.
Can you shed any light on Rich Franklin? Today he said that he might be taking a job with ONE FC and he spoke to you and you gave him his blessing.
Yeah.
So is he done? Is he not going to fight anymore?
He's still under contract to fight if he ever wanted to fight, and we have a good relationship with Rich. Rich got offered a really good opportunity, to go work with those guys, and I'm happy for him.
You're okay with it?
Yeah.
But he can't still fight if he's...
There's nothing wrong if you come and ask and say, hey, listen, how can you be upset with a guy for trying to better his life or taking a great opportunity somewhere? You can't. It's the sneaky guys that lie to your face and all that stuff.
Once he takes that job, though, is his UFC career essentially over as far as fighting?
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's not like, if he takes this job, that's it. We'll never have him fight the UFC again. If he came back and wanted to fight, he's still under contract with us, and he hasn't officially retired. Rich is out there making some moves. He started a business. He's got this business that he's running, and he's putting all his time, effort, and money into it. But he needs a source of income for more money to come in. So these guys gave him a huge opportunity. He's going to take it.
He's going to take it.
As far as I know, he's going to take it. Don't quote me on that. Ask him. But we're cool with it.
One other question. On the first episode of Tough last week, there was an interesting scene with Lyman Good, where you were talking about the Bellator champion. Why did you leave that in the show? It seemed like it was something that was banter, but I was kind of surprised that you left the Bellator.
I didn't leave it in. Pelagian did.
Did you not want that in?
Oh, I don't know. I could care less. Why? Why does it matter?
It was because I've never heard you say, another organization on Tough, so it was like,
right.
It was something that it felt very real that we were listening on a conversation that was maybe private.
Everything on that show is real.
Yeah.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Private conversation that
I haven't seen the first episode yet, but Pelagian left it in there. Pelagian and his editors
he didn't even
do
have to
Tough.
ask you about that, because that seemed like...
Well, Borsari goes over all that stuff before it goes out. I guess Borsari want to leave it in.
There were some questions about Mandel. Is he officially signed for the fight against Son?
Yeah.
He
got hurt. He got hurt in the stupid fight in Brazil.
Right. Is he going to be healthy enough by that point to do the fight in July?
Yeah. Yep.
Danny, talking about going into Mexico for years now, what's been the biggest stumbling blocks preventing it thus far?
Getting the right television deal, and it's let me tell you, it's a lot harder to go in and do all the things that When I used to talk about where I wanted to go, I didn't know what I didn't know at the time. You know what I mean? And the UK and Mexico were really tough. It was a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be, but we finally got it done.
How
13 years later.
Is it that it's almost here and all that hard work.
Oh, it's great. No, I feel great. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a home run.
Then with competing against do you guys have plans to start shooting the next stuff for Mexico or Latin America?
I'm going to shoot the 115-pound women's show, and then we go back to back with Mexico.
It's gonna be in Vegas too?
Yeah.
Dana, what's it going to be like for you when you guys put on 2 shows one day? You can't beat one another. I mean, are you going to attend one and then
Yeah.
it seems like you have your hands all over
But we figured, yeah, we do. But we got it all figured out. I told you we set up the satellite. I run the shows from wherever I am. It actually works out really good.
Are you nervous about that though? Is like 2 shows going on?
No, this is all part of growing and going global and all that shit. So you got to figure it out. And I'm actually really happy with where we're at. Like I said, we've gone into these other countries all these years, but then never really figured it out. Now we figured it out. Now we really got it dialed in.
Can you do that outside of Las Vegas?
Huh?
Can you do that outside of Las Vegas
Yep.
too? It's a mobile.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Makes my life a lot
Have you figured out
easier.
when the Puerto Rico show is going to be?
Soon, I hope. No, we're looking at Puerto Rico in 15.
Dana, there's a place about 40 minutes from here, Daytona Beach, Daytona International Speedway. It's got a $400 million 3-year project. They're talking about bringing fights, football games, stuff like that. Would that be something down the road, especially with a partnership with Fox and NASCAR? And UFC?
Anything's possible. We actually get along really well with NASCAR, and their guys are great. Their executives are great, and anything's possible. You leaving? All right. I'm out of here, you guys. I gotta go. I gotta drop Shaq off and go home.
Back to Orlando soon.